Welcome back, everybody, to this week's of Galactic Reviews. This one we kind of went a little bit under the radar. Nothing that I know. I believe it was direct to streaming.
I think so. Yeah, it's a Netflix one.
Yeah, direct to streaming. Kind of suspense action movie with quite the stacked cast that went straight to Netflix called Carry On, headlined mainly by Jason Statham and Jason Bateman, not Statham. Jason Bateman and Taron Egerton.
I was about to say I don't remember seeing Jason Statham in this movie.
Nope, wrong Jason. Overall, it was better than I anticipated it going to be. I thought it was just going to be a cookie cutter, like action flick, where they're like, what if we start punching people in an airport this time? I thought it was going to be so generic, and it was a little bit more involved than I expected it to be. I was quite surprised at the actors that kept popping up that are quite well known, and the overall like premise of the movie was quite interesting. The setup for it, the scenario overall, how it kept kind of going further and further and still making sense.
Hmm.
I liked it. The only thing that brought it down for me is that there were just so many weird logical inconsistencies. Like, no, if you have like how on earth did she have any kind of intuition to pry open the back of the watch case? And then she was like, "Oh, I know what model this random tracking chip is." and I and we can recover the data from it after being in a fire. No, that's not how that works. And then having random knowledge about being like, oh, that specific bullet, yeah, that's this specific type of bullet, but not knowing what Novichok is, like one
You
of the
wouldn't
famous weapons in history.
also that, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell what type of bullet it is just because of the way it was.
Yes. And then like the forensic, like they got there like a day after or whatever. Like they didn't have forensics or an autopsy report yet. They just got the bodies, and he was like, "Yeah, shot before the fire." You can't know that. Just random stuff like that. Where I was like, this, okay. They could have done a little bit more with the small details. But other than that, yeah, quite enjoyable. Just a very fun brain turn off movie. Kind of weird that they had all these big actors and then did it direct to streaming. You would expect with at the very least Taron Egerton and Jason Bateman that this would have been a theatrical release.
Yeah, they've done that with another Netflix film with Gal Gadot in it, and she was like a. I think they do that with most Netflix films. They're just like, yeah, let's just put it on the streaming
I mean,
stuff.
yeah, I guess those Knives Out movies are really big, but they go straight to streaming. Yeah, I'd probably give it like a 6.
Okay.
I think I'm just drained by just kind of like regular action movies, regular suspense movies. I think we got inundated with a whole bunch within the past like 5 years.
Well, we're about to get more, so
I know. Yeah, but overall I enjoyed it. I just the premise of it was good, but the small details that tied the whole thing together, I was like, oh, come on. So still kind of cookie cutter, but not so much as like a Jason Statham cookie cutter where he's just going around punching people.
yeah.
More so of a cookie cutter suspense kind of like this is the type of movie you'd expect to go straight to streaming. So yeah, it was just kind of enjoyable. Probably like a 6.5.
Yeah, I'd probably give this movie a 7. Yeah, I agree with you on the like a lot of the little details didn't feel that weren't well thought out, and the end payoff didn't feel like it was as well earned in the movie. Didn't feel as good when that final payoff came to fruition, like
Yeah,
the plane and
it was,
stuff. It didn't,
yeah, it just kind of ended, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
no more satisfaction. This guy, three other people died at least.
I didn't mind I don't know his name. Ethan Cat or
Hopek.
Kopech. I
Yeah,
liked his character. I didn't mind the character. I don't think Jason Bateman's character ever got named.
I don't think so either.
So, and I didn't mind the sniper guy. I think the sniper guy in the van. I liked him.
He was
I've
cool.
seen him somewhere else before. I just don't remember where. I think he was
I
Shades in
recognize his
Luke
face too.
Cage. What?
I recognize his face too.
I don't remember what he's in though, but I believe he was Shades in Luke Cage series as well.
Oh, so they had
So,
titles. So even the cast, like when it shows their characters, Jason Bateman's character was called the Traveler, and the
hmm,
sniper guy was the Watcher.
okay. I mean, it makes sense for what they were doing. So,
Mhm.
the detective was probably the weirdest
You were
thing
right.
in
He
the
was in
whole.
Luke Cage.
Okay, thought he looked familiar. But the detective was probably the weakest thing about this
Yes.
film. I think if they made it some gruffy old detective, I think that would have fit better. Like a lot, the loops that they would have had to go through probably wouldn't have worked as well. Still wouldn't have worked with the forensics thing that they did. I'm pretty sure in the car crash the gun got lost, and she just randomly pulls out the gun. So either she
I
had a
watched
secondary
I
gun.
rewound it to see what happened.
So either she had a secondary gun or she still had the gun and the guy didn't know.
No, the car because they were fighting for the gun when they got tipped over and crashed. So the gun
Yeah.
was on the ceiling when they were upside down, and so she was literally feeling around and then grabbed it. But they just did a really bad way of bad.
Oh, they didn't show it that well then.
They did it. They didn't. I That was my first reaction. I was like, "Where'd she get the gun?" So I paused it and rewound it, and then I went back and slowed it down. And there is a point where her arm does go up and then come back with the gun.
Okay.
It's just they kind of should have panned away and showed at least her hand grabbing it, because otherwise the gun just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, no. I thought the gun came out of nowhere. I was like, maybe she had a secondary and didn't show it, or it just seemed weird.
It really did.
But yeah, that didn't work out. I don't think she would have let him go on the plane and then the plane take off still.
Absolutely not.
I don't think that would have happened regardless.
There is no way a big when you're dealing with legal things and crimes like this, there's no way they're just gonna let a civilian step in and be like, "Yeah, well, he's got it."
Well, he's not quite civilian. He's TSA. I don't know what kind of how
Yeah, but
much
his
jurisdiction.
girlfriend is civilian,
Yeah, true.
so there's no way they're gonna let some random girl be like, "My boyfriend's got this."
I also don't know why he didn't just take off the luggage without him knowing it and then just secure that and then have him arrested when he goes to DC.
I
Couple
got no clue.
loophole like that part didn't feel that good, and it's got kind of a it's not quite bridging with this. It didn't quite connect with this movie at all.
Hmm.
But I did like Ethan Kopech. I did like the two bad guys, and the rest of the cast were fine. I didn't really mind them that much. I thought the story was a nice slow burn at the beginning, but at the end, it really didn't have as great as a payoff as I wanted it to,
Yep.
or I would have hoped for in this movie. So, but
Hmm.
overall, I enjoyed it. I like Jason Bateman. I thought they did a good job with like they didn't try showing him off at first, like showing his face or anything. They kept him kind of in the dark.
I don't think I've seen him as a villain in a movie before.
I don't think I have either. Pretty sure he's
Hmm.
been in one. I just don't remember seeing him in as a villain in one.
Yeah, I not nothing that strikes out.
No,
He was
I
in
thought he
Horrible
did.
Bosses, but he wasn't a villain.
Thought he was good in this as a villain. I thought the
He did do well,
other
yeah.
guy. I thought the other guy was good as the TSA worker, Ethan Kopech.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
remember his name.
Taron Egerton. Yeah, no, he's a pretty good actor between Kingsman and he was one of the main character in the Kingsman movies. He played Elton John in the Elton John biopic, and he plays the gorilla in the Sing movies. Those are the biggest roles I know him as.
Okay, all movies I have not seen, but I've seen clips of them. So
You haven't
I
seen
know
either Kingsman or Sing? I thought Sing would be up your alley.
I've seen the Kingsman with Ralph Fiennes. I don't. Is he in that one?
Oh, the throwback Kingsman.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I haven't seen the first one, which is the one with Samuel L. Jackson. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that one, but I need to because it's got Samuel L. Jackson. It's got Michael Caine, so I
Hmm.
probably need to see that movie.
Yep. I enjoyed it. It's good. I think I watched it on an airplane one time. Yeah. So like overall, just like a fun turn off your brain movie.
Yeah,
The more you can turn off your brain, the more fun this movie is.
yeah, especially with all the leaps of logic.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those, this probably would have been a lot better.
I did like that there was times where I was confused, but they kind of like just showed, not tell, revealed later, like
Yeah,
what happened.
yeah,
Specifically like with the suitcases when they switched them out.
yeah.
I thought he gave him a dummy case. But obviously it wasn't a dummy case. He just switched it out so that it would be a check bag because the it had a tracker in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm a little sad what was it? The Watcher didn't get more of what was coming to him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of,
Like it was a quick end.
yeah, no, I get that. But it was also like kind of poetic justice to some degree
Yeah.
because he was going to snipe her without her knowing, but instead he got sniped without him ever knowing that he was going to
Yeah.
get
It
shot.
is
So,
poetic justice. He got killed the way he was getting people.
like, he was going to kill people, and same thing with the other guy.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. Oh, that and the plastic gun. I one of my pet peeves is when it seems like guns just have unlimited ammo in a movie.
yeah, I thought that was, I thought it might have been a six shooter, but I also don't know if like it had a magazine.
I don't know either. It fired a lot more than six. But
No,
also,
it could have had a magazine of like 13,
yeah, that's
maybe.
true. But also, like when they introduced the gun, he goes, only fire two shots. If you fire too many, it explodes. And then we got to like 15 shots or something before it finally exploded.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, I don't know about that one.
Oh, overall, fun movie. Just quite a fun movie.
That one guy, the other guy that was also caught went way too easy to go kill people. Like he seemed way too eager to kill people.
Yeah, he did not hesitate nearly as much.
No, I don't think he hesitated at all. He was just gonna kill people.
Yeah,
Like he just wanted an excuse.
yeah.
Yeah, they did not write that one well for that. All right, thank you guys for watching this episode of Galactic Reviews. Join us next week when we watch the movie Mickey 17. And we'll see you next time on Galactic Reviews.